I'm watching this Saturday Night Live Weekend Update clip, and I'm watching it and I'm realizing these are all jokes that are approved by the regime, right? This is like watching like jokes in a totalitarian state. These are like watching jokes in you watch 1984 or one of these like Hollywood movies of what they think a totalitarian communist regime is about. Like this is like what this is about, right? This is what I'm watching. This is what it's sounding like, right? This is sounding like these people are reading the jokes at the point of a gun with the party bureaucracy standing behind them or something. I mean, it's like a caricature of what we think a totalitarian authoritarian society's humor is like. You go to Russia, they've got great humor. They've got comedians and radio hosts that are making jokes all the time. In China, they've got comedy on television and all of this. And like I said, I'm not a comedian, but I appreciate having a good laugh from a comedian. And then there are times where I can tell this is forced. This is forced. This is not a joke so much as it's repeating the party line. And I guess we're going to watch a couple clips from this Saturday Night Live sketch. It's not funny. I mean, forgive me if I'm missing something. Maybe you'll think it's funny, but I'm watching this and we'll just react to it here a little bit.
What I don't understand about this Kanye stuff is if Jews do control the media, then how are we still seeing a new interview with Kanye every day?
Like, you do realize that Kanye's interview was on InfoWars, right? And that InfoWars is banned from YouTube, banned from Twitter. Like, the big Kanye interview that everyone's making a big deal out of was banned from all major outlets, right? That's the outlet that had the controversial interview. It was only on InfoWars and on Rumble and on the alternative sites. All the major social media outlets banned those interviews with Kanye. So, and it's just like, okay.
Also, if Jews control the media, explain the 80-foot Christmas tree outside of NBC.
Why? That's just not funny. Like, the Rockefeller Christmas tree has been there forever. It's been there forever. And so the fact that the Christmas tree outside of Rockefeller Center exists is somehow supposed to debunk anti-Semitic conspiracy theories about Jews controlling the media. And that's supposed to be funny. Like, there's a Christmas tree out in front of Rockefeller Center. Christmas trees are not Jewish. I mean, it's like, this isn't funny. So Kanye being interviewed means how stupid he is for thinking Jews control the media because he got interviewed when he got interviewed on a platform that is forbidden. And a big Christmas tree outside Rockefeller Center. Oh my God. I mean, this is not funny.
President Biden signed a measure that would force railway workers to accept a deal that averts a strike, but does not include paid sick leave.
Yeah, he's totally not into it. Look at him. That's not how a comedian looks when they're telling a joke that they find to be funny. Look at those expressions. He is just going through the motions, right? It's just going through the motions. Like, we'll roll it back a little bit here. Just look at how he's delivering this. He's not laughing. Like, this is not a comedian telling jokes. This is just somebody going through the motions.
President Biden signed a measure that would force railway workers to accept a deal that averts a strike.
He's like, why am I up here doing this? I hate my life. I'm reading from a teleprompter. These jokes are not funny.
But does not include paid sick leave. Why do you expect Biden to care about sick leave when he shows up to work every day with full-blown CTE?
That might have been a good joke if his heart was in it, but you can tell this guy, his heart isn't in it. He knows this isn't funny. He knows he's just reading from a teleprompter. He's giving a political speech. He's lecturing us on the evils of anti-Semitism. This is not a speech. This is just, propaganda delivered in the form of attempted humor.
The Senate passed the Respect for Marriage Act, which solidifies federal protections for interracial marriages. Okay, but if I marry a white lady, who's going to protect me from my mother?
Again, he's just not into it. Just not into it.
The Georgia Senate runoff set records for early voting. Herschel Walker has always encouraged his supporters to take care of voting early before it becomes a problem.
Ha 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 ha. Conservatives, they're against minorities voting, even though their candidate is a person of color. Like, it's not funny. Like, I mean, it just gets worse from here. I mean, we'll keep going for a little bit. This is not funny at all. And the comedians delivering it, they know it's not funny. That's the scariest part. They know it's not funny.
Colin. President Biden has recommended that South Carolina become the first state to vote in the Democratic primaries to give black voters more of a voice in selecting the 2024 candidate. Not to be outdone, Donald Trump also plans to give black voters a voice with this puppet.
What is this? Is this a real thing? I don't even think this is a real thing. I don't think Donald Trump ever actually did stand up with that puppet. I think they're just like saying that Donald Trump doesn't care about black people, or black people don't like Donald Trump or something. Like there's no joke there. Like, this isn't funny. This is not conceivably funny in any way. Like, this is just dumb. Where's the joke? Like, I mean, is this a real photo? Does somebody know? Is someone in the chat? Is this like a real photo? Like, Trump actually posed with this puppet? That might be funny if there was actually like a real photo, but it's not. It's just like Donald Trump is gonna say he likes black people by having a puppet. Like, do you see what I'm getting at here? I mean, this is like a totalitarian state. They're going through the motions. They're being told, to make political speeches and digs at dissident voices, and there's no humor.
There's growing support to move the first Democratic primary from Iowa to South Carolina, but why would you just move it to another boring state? Start the primaries with a bang in Florida. Right? Instead of watching a politician eat a corn dog at the Iowa State Fair, imagine Pete Buttigieg smoking meth, shirtless at Gatorland, as he battles for the state's key demographic, grandmas under 30.
And that's just like, it's a dig at low-income white people, right? Low-income white people are all white trash. They all voted for Donald Trump. They're all ignorant. And I mean, this is like, so we're supposed to hate Kanye West at the beginning. And I mean, this is just dumb. This is just like, there's no humor here.
Right. At the end of the day, Florida may not give us FDR or JFK, but it will definitely give us HPV.
All right.
Federal jury has found Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes guilty of seditious conspiracy for his actions on January 6. Rhodes plans to appeal the verdict because he feels the trial, like his vision, was very one-sided.
Get it? Like, the vision is one-sided because he has an eye patch. And that's like funny somehow. Get it? Like, I mean, are you dying of humor? Like, this is you can tell they're not into it. Like, this is the weird totalitarian liberal woke fascism world we're living in, where, you can tell neither of those guys were really laughing at the joke, right? And they're sitting there like reading the script, and especially the second guy there, he just wasn't into it. And the whole thing, it was just the most forced thing you ever watched, right? Right? But hey, the trial was one-sided because the guy had an eye patch and his vision was also one-sided. Like, this isn't funny. In order to be funny, you have to be mocking the powerful. You have to be mocking the powerful institutions. You have to be kind of saying things that make people uncomfortable. You have to be kind of edgy. And if the only people you're allowed to diss on are poor white people in Florida or Donald Trump and Kanye, I mean, I just watched that. That was not funny. Am I entitled to compensation if my eyes rolled back in my head so hard they didn't come back? I'm scared, guys. It's dark. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, this was not funny. I was watching this and I'm like, this is really, really telling about the time that we are in, because this is not funny. There is no humor here. Like, it's really, really disturbing. I mean, and so I just wanted to share that with all of you. Now that we do reactions on these streams, I mean, that's the state of affairs that we're in now, right? That is what is supposed to be the funniest show on television is Saturday Night Live, and they're sitting there reading from the teleprompter.